Destined Rival launch. Good. Scalpers bad. Oh no. Boo. Boo. 151 reprint though. Good. Hey, it's a good time. Price gouging though, bad. Stores overselling stock, oh, bad. Stop me if I'm wrong, but I seem to be hearing that everywhere at the moment. I feel like that is the entire discourse around the TCG community, especially the Pokemon TCG community as of late. And I wanted to have, what's the word you would describe it? A nuanced discussion? I don't think I've ever been nuanced in my life. Hey Siri, what's the definition of nuanced?
Nuanced means characterized by subtle shades of meaning or expression. Do you want to hear the next one?
Yeah, I've never been nuanced a day in my life. As of recording this, we have just seen the release of Destined Rivals, the newest Pokemon set, and yes, we are returning to Team Rocket-owned Pokemon, and it's such a cool set. You got Cynthia in there, you got Ethan. Oh my god, Pokemon Silver guy. I love Ethan, and we got Giovanni's Persian and stuff. Ooh, we got partner Pokemon back. So we got like Ends Reshiram and stuff and Journey together and stuff. And guess what? Yeah, I'm a chump and it's brought me back into Pokemon TCG. Before that, I'd only been dipping around with 151 and stuff like that, you know, because I love nostalgia and I can't get enough of it. But this has then led me into the rabbit hole of everybody talking about scalpers and the hype and all this sort of stuff. And I think it is more than just scalpers going in, buying all the stock in your local area. What are the chances every single shop has got a million scalpers going to it? I genuinely think that Pokemon is also not print into demand. Now, I'm not saying there's no scalpers. We'll get into this, but I think there's several different issues, and that's what I kind of want to touch upon today in like this video. And also, we're going to open some Destined Rivals on this channel as well, because I managed to grab some, and I've never opened a pack of Prismatic Evolutions before, and stay tuned to the video for some Prismatic Evolutions, because yes, you can actually get them. They are not just a fabled myth. You can buy some Prismatic Evolutions if you're willing to pay above and beyond the prices, which is another thing we'll touch on. So is it all down to scalpers, or is it due to overhype and also the lack of supply to reach the demand? I do think, obviously, in TCGs and collectibles in general, there is a falsified scarcity of product. They could produce as many as they wanted. They could produce one for everybody on the planet, probably, but then it loses that collectible aspect to it. It reduces the chase. If everybody could get one, then it's not rare anymore. People's collections values go down. Are we seeing an artificial scarcity? Are they refusing to reprint as often so they can release more product? I see it all the time in Magic the Gathering. There's a new set every 2 days. Before the current one has even come out, we're already previewing the next one. So you're in a perpetual hype cycle, and Pleasant Kenobi talks about this on end. If you're in the Magic the Gathering community, you know who he is, one of the GOATs. Is it that they constantly want something new to try and capture new audiences or to try and capture more hype, and then they're sort of brushing the old ones to one side? Or is it just that scalpers, dirty, filthy scalpers, are going, stealing everything, and then they're going to resell it for 3 times the price, when we're also seeing card stores also not selling at market value or MSRP because there is a scarcity in the product? They've been able to get a hold of some, and that is the going market rate because it's so scarce. So can you argue with them for wanting to earn the same amount as Joe Bloggs, who's just gone into the store, buys it, and then sells it themselves? We end up in a really like moral grey area, and it's just a cesspit for everybody involved. I have no qualms about people buying some product, sitting on it for a few years, sort of like as an investment piece, and then selling it in the future. I've done that myself. I recently just sold a Champions Path ETB, which I actually won. I didn't go out and buy it, I won it. And I thought, what are the chances of me pulling the Charizard? It's really the only card that I want in the set. So I'm just going to sit on it. And I did for a couple of years, and then I've recently sold that to help fund the future of my collection. What's the difference between that and scalping? Is it the fact that I haven't gone and flipped it straight away? Because I did also buy quite a lot of Fusion Strike and sat on them, all intending to open them, didn't, sold them at a later date, but it wasn't the instant flip. So what's the definition between a scalper, somebody buying it as a sealed collection and then selling it, or somebody who's using it as an investment? Like, what is the levels of degrees? Is it the quantity that you buy as well? Obviously, a lot of places are putting a per limit per person nowadays, so that everybody has a fair shot at getting the product and scalpers aren't just getting everything. Where do we draw the line between what is a scalper and what is anybody else in the hobby? And I do feel like this solution could be answered. Everybody could get the product if they just reprinted it more, if they just shipped it to the right places more, because you see places like Costco getting loads of stuff in bulk and then people are ransacking Costco and taking it, or it's not going to the places where it's needed, like the places where the average Joe can get it. One thing that is grinding my gears is seeing people getting their own distribution when they're not like actual retailers and stuff like that. They're just getting their own, they've got their own business, so they put the business forward for distribution and then they get distribution. That's sort of bothering me a little bit, because then it is taking it away from the stores who could be helping the community. Often the stores that are selling it are also the places where the community go together. So if we don't have those places selling the stuff, people aren't going there, the community in your local area slowly just withers. So I'm recording this a week on from the release of Destined Rivals, and I went out on release day to try and get some of the product. I was working that day, couldn't get to the shops as soon as they opened, so I knew probably in my local area I've only got Smith's Toy Store, Waterstones, and then a local card shop as well. I wasn't going to be able to get there in time to get an ETB. And then if I got the ETB, because of the way the market's going and because of seal collecting and wanting to sort of like start my own side hustle as well, would I open that box? I feel like if I got the box in my hand, I would want to open it for the collection. It's a set that I'm really excited for. But then the part of me in the back of the brain that's like wanting to start sending cards out to grade, to flip, to then fund my collection even further so that I can get the grails that I want, because that's what the end goal is like pay off things in my personal life and then to also get my grails, which I can't afford. Like, I need some way of funding it. Would I then feel guilty if I opened it when I knew that I could have sat on it or flipped it straight away for a higher price? And then would that make me a scalper if I went buying it with all these good intentions and then I'm just going to flip it on the second-hand market? Where does that leave me? Where does that leave anybody else collecting in my situation? So, like I said, I went out, I couldn't find any ETBs. Went to my local card store, they opened at 2 o'clock. I arrived about 3:15, and they said they had a queue outside of there before they opened. That's only a small shop, not a lot of people know where it is, so even they had a big queue. Then so I got a 3-pack blister, I managed to get one of them. Saw for some 151 booster bundles on the shelves as well. Couldn't afford them because they are so pricey right now, and I can't complain at them selling them at that prices, because that's what the market price is, that's what everybody's selling them at. But when you think that if they ever get printed by Pokemon Center on Amazon, it's going to be £20, and then they were pushing closer to 3 digits, which everybody else is, feels kind of bad. So I managed to pick up some loose packs, a couple loose cards that I wanted to get for a friend and his family, and then I managed to get the 3-pack blister. Went over to Smith's, went over there as well, spoke to the guy behind the desk. They had some Destined Rivals at the till, so I got them. I also got a one-piece tin as well, because they've got the new tins in there, which I wanted to experience, see what they were like. That'll be on the channel at some point as well. Then I got speaking to the manager of my local Smith's Toys superstore, and they said they had a queue outside from before 6 a.m. when their staff got there to stock up for the day of all the brand new stock, and they didn't open till 9. So for 3 hours, in Warrington, people were queuing outside for ETBs of Destined Rivals, and they had to limit them to 1 per person, I believe it was. So they said they were gone as soon as the doors were open because the queue was that big already. Like, they didn't have enough ETBs for everybody in the store. If I can't find it in my small community, which isn't one of these big places, and they should still get a decent amount of distribution, how does anybody have a chance of getting anything? So is it the supply that's the issue, and is the stock going to the right places? Do they need to monitor more where stock is being distributed and to which type of places? So cut to me opening the Destined Rivals packs that I actually got. So we actually managed to find some packs in the end. These were from my local LGS. I also went to Smith's. They had people queuing out the door from 6 a.m. I've already covered all this. So we managed to get a blister pack of Journey Together, blister pack of Destined Rivals, 2 more packs of Destined Rivals, and then 2 packs of 151. I didn't want to go buying too much product. I also can't afford to go buying too much product until I sell some other ones. So for now, this is what we've got. We'll start with Journey Together, and then we'll go on to the new set, which is Destined Rivals. See if we can get anything from those 5 packs. Okay. I've not opened any Pokemon product in a long time. So there's the code card for anybody that wants code cards, and the promo Scrafty there. Okay. What's the pack trick? Oh, no, we messed it up. So there's a shiny at the front now. That's our reverse. Go back. Go back, undo something. Oh no, we made it worse. Okay, so Meowscarade. Rare. Okay, cool. Energy. Okay, so I went 4 to the front, didn't I, and then put 2 back. So we got 2 reverses, Combuskin and Ends Purloin. Milcreamy, Impidimp. I think Paldean Wooper is such a good alternate form. I thought, hell yeah. Hops, Corviknight, and a Greedent. Okay, so no pack trick, so we don't do anything. And we just go with Hops, Rookidee, Ends, Clank, Nimble, Larvitar, Pangoro. That's really dynamic artwork. You can hardly even see the Pokemon's face because he's too busy fighting. Whoop. Ends, PP up. Pause? Huh? Pause? Yo. Back on reverse. This faked me out for a little bit, this rainbow effect here. Kecleon reverse and Ends Reshiram. Said Ends Reshiram, not that version of Ends Reshiram. Okay. So nothing too crazy again. I mean, we're only opening 3 packs, and it might be the only 3 packs of Journey Together I ever end up opening. Sheerly because of stock and because it's not my main TCG anymore. But with these new trainer cards being back, I was super stoked to try and get some. I'm really excited for Destined Rivals. They're the ones that I'm really interested in. Brock Scouting, Clorf Reverse, Black Belt Training Reverse, and Hopsation EX. Okay, so we got a hit. We got a hit. It's not the craziest, but it's still a damn hit. Okay, Zacian, I see you there. The new holo patterning is crazy. Look at all those light streaks. Woo! Okay, they've leveled up. They've leveled up the holos, especially the normal EXs. Adds a bit more flair to it. We like that. Okay, we got a hit. We got a hit. If you want to see me opening these up, stick around to my shorts on the channel. That's where I'll be opening them. Okay, let's go for the 2 loose ones first, and then the blister, and see what we get from that. I'm super excited for this. Cynthia's Garchomp, love that card. Ethan's Ho-Oh, any of Ethan's, love that. Silver, why is his name not Silver? Is that just me? And then any of the Giovanni ones would be great. So let's do Ethan first. It is release day today, so hopefully that brings us some luck. That code card felt really weird then. Okay, there's the code card for you. Hopefully we can get something good. Oh, there's Arvin's Pokemon in this as well. Team Rocket's Chingling, Squawkabilly, Team Rocket Arbok. Okay, that's pretty cool. Porygon Z, Wellspring Mask Orgapon. That's very nice looking artwork. Team Rocket's Nidorina with Giovanni on there. Into a Skarmory reverse, into Arvin's Greedent. Literally, I think I've only opened a couple packs since they went to the silver border. That's how long it's been. I've literally opened a few 151. Last thing I opened before that, Sun and Moon. Didn't even open any Sword and Shield really. Wash Rotom. Okay. Mimikyu into our first reverse is Ethan's Macargo. Okay, into Judge. And then... Oh! Let's go! Let's go, Team Rocket's Persian Full Art. Okay, the centering is off. Look how chunky it is down at the bottom. But that is super cool. Okay, okay, this was one that we wanted. This was one that we wanted. We'll check the price of this later. So we're on to the 3-pack blister now. They've got some next level glue on it, and there you go. There is a code card for you guys once again. And the promo Genghis Khan. And there's another code card for you guys. Enjoy. No Patrick. No Patrick? Don't know who Patrick is, but he's not here. Bomber Snow, Judge, Fortress, Larvitar, Reverse. Okay, the Tyranitar line is pretty cool. I'm guessing it goes up to Tyranitar. I have not seen this full set revealed. Misty's Staryu. I forgot Misty was in this. Okay, yeah, Misty's Pokemon as well, obviously. Anime. And then Ethan's Typhlosion. That, I'm guessing, has a really cool SIR. Love the Typhlosion Cyndaquil line. Gen 2, honestly, is probably my favourite series of games. Especially Heart Gold Soul Silver remake and the Heart Gold Soul Silver trading cards. Maybe my favourite generation. Loved the artwork and like Call of Legends and Triumphant and stuff like that. So yeah, Cyndaquil's my boy. First game that I played was Red. Borrowed it from a mate, but the first one I owned, I got a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Silver. And another code card. Treat yourselves. Oh, I did see something shiny, but everything's shiny around the edge now, so it could just be lying to me. We got Pupitar, Staryu, Nidorino, Kangaskhan, Floatzel, Psyduck into a Houndour reverse, a Mareep reverse into Arvin's Greedent holo. Okay, we're already doubling up on holos. Feels bad, bro. Feels kind of bad. It's our last pack for this Pokemon stuff for now. Anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow at UK Games Expo. Bring back the double tap. Probably should have done it before we opened it. We're trying for some luck. Another code card. Ooh, something very shiny, but again, you're guaranteed a holo in every pack, so it could mean nothing. Impidimp, Energy Recycler, Murkrow, Barraskewda, Relor reverse into Team Rocket's Great Ball reverse. Team Rocket have got their own balls. Pause again, pause. And then the final one for this set, the final one for the blister. Crystal Holo. So for these blisters, we got a Hop Station EX and we got a Team Rockets Persian EX. So now fast forward to, I believe it was the day after Destined Rivals came out, that I went to UK Games Expo, a massive board game tabletop community in the UK. They had tournaments for Yu-Gi-Oh, Flesh and Blood, One Piece, Lorcana, some sort of Magic. I think it was like Commander sort of pod tournaments, maybe a couple drafts, but I don't think it was like official like Magic big Pro Tour stuff. Maybe there was a small Pokemon tournament, but I don't remember seeing anything. It wasn't really geared towards trading cards on the retail side, which I went to go look around all the booths and everything like that. I wasn't competing in anything because my social anxiety won't let me compete in a card game setting right now, only with my immediate friends who I know very well and can trust to have a good time. If I'm sat there for 2 hours playing a game, I want to make sure that I have a good time. I've had some bad experiences playing with people in local game stores in TCGs on Friday Night Magic. Looking around the booths, when I did manage to find stores that were selling trading cards, I only found opened booster boxes of Destined Rivals. I didn't see a single bit of sealed product. No booster bundles, no half booster boxes, no blisters, definitely no ETBs. I saw one ETB and it was a prize for a spin the wheel if you bought something at the store. That was all I saw in terms of Destined Rivals. I saw one store with Journey Together ETBs. They were going for about £75, I think. That was the same store that had Prismatic Evolutions, which I did buy at this store because it was the cheapest one that I'd seen. I saw some places trying to sell it for £15 to £12 per pack. This store, I believe I saw it at £9 a pack, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a little spin. See if we could get a god pack, you know what I mean? We got to try our luck. And also, I do like the evolutions. Umbreon is my favourite, which is great because it's always the most expensive one. Apparently, I've got very normie taste in Pokemon. UK Games Expo managed to find 2 more packs of 151. 2 packs of Prismatic Evolution. Never was able to pick any of these up in person, but managed to find 2 packs. I paid £9 a pack. Still think £9 a pack is kind of ridiculous. But for how much I saw it on a lot of other stores, £9 was pretty good, so I picked up 2 for the experience for you guys. And I got 3 more packs of Destined Rivals, so let's see what we can pull for these, because it is release weekend. Why not? I actually managed to sell the Persian as well to go towards one of my master sets, so I used that to trade, not to sell, sorry, I traded it. There's a code card for you guys. Okay, no pack trick, wasn't there? So Team Rocket's Larvitar, Citotl, Purloin, Misty Psyduck, Team Rocket Energy. Okay, that's quite cool. Ethan's Sudowoodo reverse, Zamazenta reverse, and Team Rocket's Moltres. Okay, that's cool. EX, let's go, let's go. That's a cool EX. Where are my sleeves, little dude? Well, we get in pack number 2. Let's find out. Still looking for like Ethan's big hitters. That's what we really want, and the Garchomp. If I can get the special arts of them, even better. Chingling, Grimer. That's a really cool artwork there. I like the colours on it, the nice block colours on it. Impidimp. Steven's Claydol. Kind of forgot that Steven was in this set as well. There's actually more trainers in this than I thought in this set. That's a reverse. Oh, that's my second reverse. So we got an Annihilape. Okay. Last pack that we'll probably be opening of Destined Rivals, especially this week. Probably wait for it to come back in stock now because everywhere is bought up. The prices I'm seeing ETBs go for the day after release is, quite frankly, a joke and disgusting. It's a children's card game at the end of the day. It's meant to be able to be accessed by everyone, and we've got Scalpers. Somebody's trying to sell the packs for £16 a pack, I saw the other day. And Cynthia's Garchomp, let's fucking go. I need to be a little bit quiet, but let's go. Let's sleeve that up straight away. Okay, I'm going to keep hold of this one. Definitely going to keep hold of this one, because this was one of the ones that we wanted. Yo, it's just the basic version, but we'll take it. It's not the SIR. It's not the alt art, but we'll take it because it's sick. Garchomp, easy. One of my favourite Pokemon. I think he's an absolute baller. And Cynthia, her version of Garchomp, used to give me nightmares as a kid. So hard to beat. But there we go. Okay, so from 3 packs, we got 2 EXs. Alright, I am going to open these 2 packs of Prismatic Evolution in this video. There's a chance of a God pack. Never say there's not a chance. But, you know, any of the evolutions in this set would be very nice. Umbreon especially, or Espeon, they're my 2 favourites. Pupitar, Suicune, Crispin, oh, Ratro. So that's our rare is Blood Moon Ursaluna. I've never actually had an Ursaluna Blood Moon card before, so that's pretty... Wait, so you get... Oh, wait, that was a Pokeball rare. We got the Lugia. Lugia is like my top or second favourite Pokemon, depending on what day it is. Yo! Let's goddamn go. Try not to swear. It is Pokemon cards at the end of the day. Slight mark on the corner. But we'll take it. That one's staying in the collection, buddy. That one's staying in the collection. Hell yeah. I'm glad that I opened these now. I'm so glad I opened these now. So we got a Pokeball reverse. That's my first Pokeball reverse. That looks pretty cool. And we got a reverse Riolu. That's why I got confused seeing that in one of the reverse slots. So there's still no card check for the pull, but you might get something better before it. Okay. Keep that in mind. The reverses can be the Pokeballs, which are still quite rare. There you go. Take that code card. Fight over it, if you will. I think I did see something pretty shiny there. Friends in Paldea, Bronzor, Furfrou, Larvitar, Rescue Board, Shaman, Eevee reverse. Is this a good sign? Is this a good sign? Groudon reverse. Oh, it's just a normal Vaporeon holo. Like, this really shiny edge really checks my dope. It really makes me believe there's something going to be in there, but we'll take it. We got a couple evolutions, I can't be mad at it, but we got that Lugia. Now that's what I wanted. So in the UK's biggest tabletop convention, I was hardly able to find any Pokemon cards, brand new sealed booster packs of new sets. There was a lot of places selling ETBs for like Temporal Forces and stuff like that, but the prices were inflated because I believe they're all out of print now. We're seeing stuff like pre-orders for the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set broke records already on pre-orders for like the most sold set, which straight after Tarkir, which was like a resounding success in the Magic community, the fact that Final Fantasy just overshot that in terms of sales is kind of crazy and also worrying for the future of that TCG, because are they going to lean towards Universes Beyond Final Fantasy sets because it gets more people, more collectors, rather than players of the game hyped to buy it and sink cost in, as opposed to the in-universe, really good, really playable, like, sort of things. And both of these I'm a hypocrite on, probably, because I'm really excited for the Spider-Man set to come out. I'll probably buy 2 booster boxes, one to open and try and make a Spider-Man Marvel deck, because I think that'd be awesome. And also one to keep for the future, because that'll be a collection piece put in a nice slab, and then maybe when my kid needs to buy a car or a house, I could sell it for them, because Spider-Man's always going to be popular. Magic the Gathering booster box is always going to be popular. So am I a scalper if I pre-order them? I'm not taking them away from somebody who doesn't... Like, I want them. They are cool. Like, they are part of my collection. But because I'm taking it away from someone else who's going to open it and rip it, probably on YouTube, does that make me a scalper? I don't think so. So this has all been to say that the TCG sphere is in a major flux right now. You were able to go into retailers and still buy sealed product. Like, the issue is, I think, the hype around certain sets and the frequency in which really in-demand Pokemon cards or characters from certain sets are being printed. So if we can go in and buy tins like these and we still got a chance of pulling amazing cards and very playable cards, which at the end of the game is a trading card game, they are game pieces as well as collectibles. Where does the issue really lie? And where do we go forward? Me, personally, I'm very much stripping back. Like, back in the day, I would just rip packs of anything I could find. Now I'm going to open packs of sets that I really like. Sets that I want cards from on the hunt. Although probably I'll be buying singles. Buying singles is always the best way to go if you want specific cards. Instead of spending your life savings trying to rip it from a pack, you might get that extreme dopamine rush. But then once you've got it, a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, once the dopamine's worn off, you could have bought it for a fraction of the cost if you got singles. So sets I'm really excited about, I love the majority of the cards. Yes, definitely let's rip packs because we're excited, and if you like the majority of them, you're always going to get something that you like. If it's one or two and you're seeking glory, just go out and seek that one piece of glory. Go buy that single. This card, this Luffy, the first graded card that I ever bought, I got from Northwest Card Show. This was a card that I wanted for ages. This was a card that I chased after in packs and never got. Probably for the same amount as I paid for all the things. I managed to go buy a PSA graded 10, which is what I would have done with the card anyway. I'm not trying to preach and tell people what to do with Pokemon cards and collecting and everything like that. I'm just saying, think, where's your money best spent? Do you need that pack of Prismatic Evolutions? Do you need that premium collection right now for twice the price? Or are you okay waiting 3 months for the inevitable reprint to come out? 151. Are you itching to master that set now and you're going to play all the inflated prices for booster packs or the singles at the moment? Granted, some of the SARs are going to go up in price, but if you're going diving through bins, finding singles to complete your master set, you're going to feel just as excited in a couple months, a couple of years. I'm currently trying to finish my XY Evolution set because there's only 20 cards out of 200 for my master set, including reverses that I need. That was one that I used to chase back in the day. Left the Pokemon hobby, come back again, and now I'm so excited to go to card shows to try and find a reverse Caterpie or Weedle. Because it's an older set, it's harder to find, but that makes when you find it even more enjoyable. So that's what I'm doing with the hobby now. I'm going to be very select. I'm going to try and send stuff off to get graded. I'm going to try and preserve my collection. I'm going to try and offload some to grow my collection. I'm going to wait for Destined Rivals to get reprinted or for that second wave of distribution to go out so that I can get it at retail, not a price gouge ETB. I'm going to wait for 151 to come back in stock on Amazon. I've got alerts set up. There are ways to find the product out there without buying these scalpers prices, and if we start buying from the scalpers, they won't scalp anymore. If we buy it from our local game stores and we support the community, they're going to get more distribution. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments down below what you think of the entire situation. Enjoy your hobby. Like, it's there to be enjoyed. Don't let it destroy your enthusiasm because everybody's scalping. You can't find the product that you want when you want it. Because when you do find it, it'll feel even better. Take that message, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.